So, here we go. Housing Debrief, episode 15. That means we've been doing this for a while. All right. Without further ado, let's get started. Got a lot to cover. Quantitative economics and decision science is my major. It's my background. UC San Diego, 29 years in the business, Orange County native, Capital Valley High School grad. Yes, 9 kids. 2 of them are right here. One's crocheting. The other one, they're both wearing soccer uniforms. It's Alana and Mason. Want to say hi?
Yes.
Come on over here. Say hi to everybody while everybody gets online. Hello. How are we doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you about to do right now?
Crochet.
Crochet? You're going to do some soccer?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna do it at 4. But
Oh, so she'll be doing some soccer as well. How about you, Mason? You look like you're ready for some soccer.
Yeah, I did some.
We're doing some soccer today. It's nice and warm outside. Zeke's sleeping right now, so maybe we'll see him later on in this episode. So, speaking of that, 9 kids, average runner, those are 2 of the 9. There's one over there working away on her homework, and somebody downstairs, I think, is working on Mother's Day cards. Can you believe it? It's already Mother's Day. Can you turn that down a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're putting my iPad here so that I can see it. You can put that down there. I'll be able to look at it. Awesome. So hello everybody. Glad you could make it. Looks like we're all getting online slowly but surely. All right. So this is the Thomas bunch. I brought 6. My wife brought 2. I adopted hers. She adopted mine. We had a bonus baby. This is it. Zeke, the Zeke Deaky Doo. He's sleeping, like I said. And my background is I've been feeding everything in the Orange County Register since 2004, and slowly but surely more of the press has got involved. And I have a website called reportsonhousing.com. That's my company. What I basically do is I have a housing report for 5 Southern California counties, expanded into 4 other counties last year, and LA, San Diego, Riverside, San Bernardino. And these come out every other week. San Diego, LA, and Orange County were this week, and San Bernardino, Riverside is next week. Most reports read like closed sales data. It is a reflection of the past. I'm not into looking at the past. That's why I even came up with this report when I was representing sellers, because I didn't want people focusing on what happened in the past. I want people to focus on what's hhappening right now today. The active listing inventory, supply and demand the last 30 days worth of pending sale velocity. That's what I do. We take a look at those 2 metrics and come up with the expected market time. If you place your home on the market, when are you going to go into escrow down the road? So all started in Orange County. I have them now in all 5 Southern California counties. The one that just came out for LA, San Diego, and Orange County is demand rises. And we talked about that on Friday. I have an update as to what's going on with demand just over the last 5 days. So you go to reportsonhousing.com, you click on subscribe, and you will get a month free by typing in more demand. Because that's what's going on right now, more demand. And you can get a sample reports in the FAQ sample report section. And I'd like to thank our sponsor. What's that? Oh yes. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Thank you, my wife. Yes, Cinco de Mayo. You're going to need maybe some toilet paper if you have really spicy food from today's Cinco de Mayo. I have a little story to go along with this in just a second, but I wanted to talk about Laguna Staging. They were established in 1991. They've really been focusing on vacant homes for a very long time, so their model is well suited for that contactless experience, easy for me to say. And they have specific safety protocols they use. They wear the proper PPE, and they only have certain available areas that they work with, so contact them at 1-800-479-0776, and that's lagunastaging.com. Let's get into some spring fun photos. Speaking of, yes, my love?
Somebody says
They can't hear me. Testing, testing. Can you hear me now?
Just wanted us to turn it up. I don't know.
I can put this closer to my mouth. We'll make sure that you can hear me properly. Put up your volume all the way. I will try to even talk louder. But anyways, Interesting story on this. So this is some toilet paper. My wife, we ran out of toilet paper. Yes, because so many people hoarded toilet paper that the Thomas family did not have toilet paper. Not a good thing when you have a lot of kids. So my wife's done this where she's got things online for my daughter who's crocheting. She had these little tiny pieces of yarn, but they looked big in the picture when you zoomed in on them. Same thing with this toilet paper. It looks like regular toilet paper when you zoom in on them, but then if you really look at this, teeny tiny rolls of toilet paper. We didn't even bother opening it up because it's such a fun thing. So we're just going to use this as a little gag gift for people down the road. We actually, right after we got these in the mail, my wife went to Costco and we were able to get a big, giant bundle of plenty of toilet paper. So here's some spring fun photos. I think this is a lot of fun. Imagine you lied. My kids are not a joy to have in class. That's what the teachers usually put. We're wondering, hey, that's not actually our car. But I thought that was funny. How about this one? Imagine, if you will, a world where Cinco de Mayo falls on Taco Tuesday only to be ruined by a virus named after a Mexican beer. You just entered the quarantine zone. So for those of you that don't know what this is, that means you are too young, and also means that you don't need to shelter in place as long. My wife sent me this morning, my morning coffee. Pretty fun. They still saying they can't hear you?
No, you can hear, but you just can't hear it on your mic. You just hear it from the phone.
Really?
But I think it's fine. I mean, you can hear fine.
Okay, well,
It's just-
we're just going to keep on going. Technical difficulties. I think Facebook is the one that's actually having all the technical difficulties. That's why we have the camera turned around. This is not the first time in the last 15 episodes that we've had problems. We've had issues before where it stretched it. I couldn't even see myself when I was looking at it. Now I can't even see myself at all. We had to turn it completely around because the screen was green, and then when we started broadcasting it was green. So that's why there's a delay in the start. So anyways, this is my morning coffee. And, well, it's quarantine day. Let's see, no, this is a Peanuts. What surprises you most about this coronavirus? It has done what women have been able, excuse me, jeez. It has done what no woman has been able to do. Cancel all sports, shut down all bars, and keep men at home. I've got a laughing daughter, Mia, about me not being able to speak right now. This is actually my fourth meeting today. You want to say hi to the masses? Really quick, this is the fun section. You're allowed to say hi. She is running a marathon on Saturday. This is Mia Rose running a marathon on Saturday. And we're actually going to break up how long our bicycle rides are with that, because it's really going to be, we're going to be really sore from all that riding on our bikes. My director, she's the shy one, if you haven't noticed. I found my Groundhog Day picture. Well, it's quarantine day again. And here's a mask. I thought this is brilliant. We need to all wear these so we're still smiling. I found this online. Are you drinking more while in lockdown? Can't even find the box. That's good stuff. So we're going to go right into the what? I have a problem talking today.
Southern.
Thank you. As my 9-year-old pointed out, the Southern California market. Let's see, supply versus demand. This is what it's all been about, and right now we've been seeing this increase in demand. And but first, let's talk about supply. COVID-19 is suppressing supply. We've talked about that. It's not just on the demand side, but it's also on the supply side. We just still simply do not have enough homes on the market. Last Thursday, there were 30,823. That was up 3% in 2 weeks, or 794 homes in that 2-week period. And a normal change is up 2%, so slightly more of a steep incline than what is normal over the last 5-year average. Last year, 42,554, that is up 42% from where we are today. So you can see a lot more homes last year than this year, but today there are 31,095, so up 1%. So we're not going up at a giant clip right now. And if you compare that to 2007, for all of Southern California, there were 115,000 homes on the market. That's nearly 4 times, and that's off this chart. Look where 115 would be. This is where 60 is. 115 would be about at where my ceiling is right now. And so I wanted to show you what's going on in LA County. They were up 6% for those 2 weeks, but over the weekend to today, they're up 1.8%. Orange County up 6%, up 1.5%. And part of that is demand. I'll show you that in a second. Riverside's down 2% for that 2 week period, down 1.3% since last Thursday to today. And San Bernardino down 2% for that 2 week period, flat for since last Thursday. Excuse me. San Diego County up 3% for the 2 week period, up 1.3% since Thursday. And for all of Southern California, in looking at the last 5 years of homes placed on the market, that average, Southern California is putting on 48% fewer homes on the market compared to the last 4 weeks. And that is where COVID-19 is suppressing the active inventory. Homeowners are not placing their homes on the market at the clip of about 50% less. And some areas, it is 50% less. It's more than 50%. That's like in Orange County. And some areas, not quite 50%, like San Diego, probably the lowest at 42%. And so we have a supply problem, and that is being challenged by a demand problem. The COVID-19 is suppressing the demand for homes and for this cute girl's lemonade stand. So COVID-19 is absolutely suppressing demand. However, and this is from this report, yes, we have demand that is waking up. It is rising up at this point, and you can see that. That was this for all of Southern California. Last Thursday we were 8,839. That was up 7%, or 587 pending sales in 2 weeks. So what this establishes is that we had a bottom now 2.5 weeks ago. So not last Thursday, but 2 weeks prior, that's when we had that bottom. And 5-year average is flat, so we're beating what typically happens at this time of the year. Typically it's flat. Right now it's gone up 7% in the last 2 weeks. And this from March 19th, and this is to April 16th, it actually dropped 52%. So 52% less demand, but then on the flip side, we saw also there's 50% fewer homeowners coming on the market too. So that's kind of why we've had a little bit of a balancing act as far as the overall market is concerned. Not a buyer's market, not the Great Recession. Last year we were at 16,828, that was up 90%. It was up 109%, so that was double. So it's shrinking, the difference between this year and last year, and it's going to continue to shrink. We're actually headed pretty massively in this direction. We'll get to that in a second. Today we're at 9,476. So since last Thursday, we're up 7%, and that is a really big clip. So it'll be interesting to see where we are. Remember, this is just through Tuesday right now, Tuesday afternoon. My numbers don't really look really good until we get to like Thursday, and by the time I crunch it on Thursday, this number is not going to be 7%, it's going to be at least 10% for all of Southern California. So what we're seeing is that people are figuring out a way to do business out there. That it's now, we have adjusted. We're a smart group of people, and we are acclimating ourselves to the current situation that we're in. We are able to adapt. And this is where we're headed right now. This is the direction that we're headed. You could see it already in today's demand reading. And remember, this is just Tuesday, and we're only a Tuesday afternoon. I take it all the way through Thursday evening, and it is going to definitely be at least 10%. So we're headed in the right direction as far as demand is concerned. And in LA, it was up 2% for the prior 2 weeks, and now all of a sudden, I don't know what it is, but it's up 8% since last Thursday. And Orange County was up 9% for that 2-week period, but since last Thursday, up 12%. That's on top of that 9% that I'm talking about. So when I'm talking the 2 and the 8 and the 9 and the 12, so it went up 9%, and just since last Thursday, up another 12% in Orange County. Riverside County's up 14%, and up 8% since last Thursday. San Bernardino up 9% for that 2-week period of time, and up 4% since last Thursday. San Diego's up 6%, up 5% since last Thursday. So what's going on with demand? The big change right now is demand is pushing its way up. When we have the listing inventory increasing below 2%, like the 1.5% range, for some even 0% or even down. So the expected market time year over year went down for the first time. So it was on its way up since lockdown, and then it made an about face and started to drop. Southern California last Thursday was at 105-day expected market time. Last year was at 76 days, so much better than where we are today. But today it's at 98 days, so it's even dropping below 100. And when you drop below 90, it's actually a slight seller's market. So we're making our way through that balanced market area and actually could be knocking on the door of a slight seller's market sooner than I anticipated for sure. So we're already getting a partial recovery as everybody gets acclimated and adjusts to this new way of doing business. So in LA, it's now, if I took the number right now today, look at the active inventory and demand, it's at 108 days. So it dropped 4 since last Thursday. In Orange County, also at 108 days, it dropped 10 days since last Thursday. Riverside County was at 104 days, it dropped 8 days since last Thursday. San Bernardino County is at 88 days, it dropped 4. By the way, these three are in balanced market. San Bernardino is in a slight seller's market. And San Diego County at 82 days has been the hottest notoriously. And take a look at this, that's down 3 days. It's also in a slight seller's market territory. So you know what, the market is starting to wake up. And it is not a buyer's market out there. And I understand there are some ranges. I have not done all those charts yet. I'll do them by the end of the week. I'll take a look at to see what they look like so we can take a look at them all. But this is the type of stuff that I wanted to crunch and bring to you so that you understood what was going on in the marketplace. And if you look at this, so for many of the markets, it's actually balanced right now. Doesn't favor buyers or sellers. And this is for the primary meat of the market, everything below $1 million. Above $1 million, yes, it slows down and you really have to pack your patience. Speaking of packing your patience, even at a balanced market, when you're looking at an expected market time of 90 or 100 days, that means that you could be on the market for 40 days, 50 days, 60 days. And you know what? You still haven't even been at where the market expectation is. So your expectation is price that property right. Make sure it wows everybody in the pictures and the virtual tours and all that stuff. And then you put your pole in the water and you wait. We're not catching fish like we did back at the end of February, very beginning of March. Instead, we are we were scooping them up by a net before. We're catching fish at a much slower rate. But it's not a buyer's market. It just requires patience if you've ever been fishing before. Can be frustrating, but you know what? Pay dirt at the end when you catch that fish. It makes it much more exciting. And but there are some markets that are even hot, and we talked about that being San Bernardino and San Diego. Not hot, but it's heating up. It's getting hotter. All the markets are actually starting to rev their engines and heat up. Orange County, not this last report, but the report prior was at 121-day expected market time. For a minute, it was in a slight buyer's market, but it reversed course really fast, and that's because of this new change in demand. So the Southern California expected market time year over year, if I show you all this is where it's a seller's market. Below this is 90 days. 90 to 120, this is balanced. Above this is a buyer's market. A deep buyer's market's above 150 days. But you saw what we did with the expected market time. Now we're going the other direction. And where is it going to go? It's going to continue to go down. And in some markets already below this line. And it looks like all of the markets are headed that direction because we're right here at the start of May. So we could just get what would be referred to as a little bit of a late spring. It just depends upon the number of homes coming on the market, the supply, versus the number that we're placing in escrow, demand. And we'll be watching those metrics really carefully. Like I said, it's almost like a day-to-day, week-to-week thing. We can't be looking at month to month. It just doesn't allow you enough enough information to operate and navigate in this market. So overall, we're seeing the market start to rev its engine. And it all has to do, a lot of this has to do with home affordability, because you have to understand in the last week, we've had a low mortgage rate environment where we hit a record low interest rate of 3.23%. That's the average across the United States. And of course, when I'm talking about these interest rates, you have to understand it's the people that fit in the best boxes: conventional, good credit scores, good down payment, and anything outside of what fits into their little perfect box with their ratios and all that good stuff. If it doesn't fit in that box perfectly, well, then you're going to have to pay more points, and it could affect the interest rate. So you just have to be wary that if you don't have the perfect package, you might not get 3.23%, but you know what? That's a good starting point. So if you get a little bit higher than that, that's so much better than what people have done for years. So that's what happens when we hit these record low interest rates. So and for example, and I even gave I have an example in here this week of 300,000. That'd be San Bernardino, Riverside, so that they have something to compare to. But when we were at 5% versus where we are today, you can see the difference in payments from here to here is $304 per month, even on a $300,000 mortgage, which is $3,648 per year. That's a big savings. That is a giant savings that allows people to save a lot, to do a lot, and that's what's motivating everybody. And the same thing with 500,000, difference is $508 per month, which is $6,000 per year, and 700,000, that's $8,544 savings per year. So really quick, we're going to get into some coronavirus stuff, and because we have to watch this, we have to be wary. We have to still look at the stats and data, and I'm a stats and data junkie. So as much as everybody is talking about getting out, I also want to be very, very mindful of what's going on overall in the with the data and stats. So worldwide, we have 3.6 million people that have the coronavirus, and you can see 255,000 deaths. This is what worldwide looks like. You can see overall it's slightly coming down a bit, which is at least it's hit the plateau and it's starting to come down a tiny bit. And then this is the United States. We're at 1.2 million people. We're going to hit that today. And Los Angeles is still number 6 on the list of all counties, ranked from the most coronavirus cases down. And if I show you the United States, you can see this curve. We're coming down a little bit, but it's not quite what it looks like in other places. And what I look like, I find all these absolutely excellent sites. And this is a site that was done by a bunch of really smart people that were geeking out on different ways of looking at the data. So I in turn can geek out as well. And this is the United States. You can see, although we're coming down, the averages per day are still pretty high, and that has a lot to do with how large we are. But if you look at other areas like Germany, this is why they're opening up. Italy, this is why Italy is opening up. And then you have South Korea, this is why South Korea is opening up. And they're talking about those Germany and South Korea as being the gold standard. And so we want to see more drops, and it'll be interesting to see what happens over this coming week. And we have COVID-19 cases per million inhabitants. This is a comparison. And if you see, the United States has really driven up higher on this list. So actually, if you look at the sheer numbers of it, and per 1 million inhabitants, United States is, we've surpassed Italy and Switzerland. You want to come over here, Zeke? Do you want to say hi to everybody? He did wake up from his nap, as we thought he might. You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
You do? This kid loves Blippi, and he has a Blippi shirt on. Do you like Blippi? Show me your shirt. Is that your shirt?
Yeah.
You like it? Yeah, you look that way. That's the camera. See, look at mommy. See, say hi. Say hi, everybody.
Okay.
How was your nap? Was it good?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you go enjoy.
Mama.
Yeah, you see you, yes.
Mama.
Mama, he saw himself in the picture. So, So you can see that the United States, we really have been dealing with this, and as the numbers have climbed, it shows you the impact on us. Although our death rate, which is another slide, does not quite look like this, because we know Italy was at that point where they were over encumbered for quite some time, and same thing with Spain. And this is all the different areas that are unlocking: Austria, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Belgium, and France. And France is going to be on May 11th. But you can see all those, I looked at them, and they all have that curve, that nice looking downward trajectory curve that Fauci and everybody else were talking about, that they would like to see sustained for a couple weeks prior to opening up. So here's the facts. We're at 1.2 million cases, about 190,000 recovered, 70,850 deaths, 50,800 cases in California. This is California. You can see this too has that same issue. This is from that same site, and California hasn't really come down. This is a 7-day average. So each of these dots is a 7 days. So the reason why you do the 7-day average is so it doesn't look so jagged, and you can actually see what the trends are. And I love moving averages like this, because it really does tell a big story. It looked like we were going to be doing really well right here, but then it's just kept on continuing to hit that plateau. We want to see these numbers start to come down. And Southern California cases, LA is number one at 27,836. They're actually the number one in all of California. Like I said, number 6 in the United States. Riverside County is number 2 at 4,354. San Diego is number 3 at 4,020. And OC is number 4 at 2,873. And sure enough, San Bernardino just passed up the Bay Area, and now they're number 5 at 2,329. So the 5 counties that are most impacted are all of Southern California. And of course, we have the most dense population down here, but we're surpassing some dense populations up in the Bay Area as well. So America is beginning to ease social distancing. They've done this just by looking at phones. And on April 12th, it was 50% of everybody was not moving on a day-to-day basis, and now it's down to 37%. So social distancing, staying at home is not happening as much across the United States. And this is the United States statistic. Some of the best states are New Jersey, New York, and Maryland. Some of the worst are Mississippi, Alabama, and Arkansas. So of course, they're the ones that are a bit more rural as well. But I've been contemplating it, because I want to be very mindful of what the numbers and data and stats and what all the smartest people are saying. So I'm looking at and contemplating, what is it that they're trying to tell us? What do all the graphs and charts tell us? And my thing is, like so many people have said, we need to play our cards right. If we play our cards right, we will be fine, and we won't have that reoccurrence. I am getting more leery that down the road that there could be that reoccurrence, reinfection. Hopefully it goes away during the summer, and we don't, and we properly prepare for the fall. But we'll have to see, because they don't know enough about this virus, this disease. So otherwise, if we unlock too early, I've heard way too many cases about the House of Cards, and that's not the direction that we want to go. And by all means, I want everybody to know, I'm not being political about it at all. I'm just listening to more geeky people. Like, I'm a quantitative economics and the decision sciences major in the economic realm of things, and then there are some really smart people on the science side of things, and those are the people that I like to listen to and follow as well. So go to reportsonhousing.com, click on subscribe. You get a month free if you sign up and use the coupon code of more demand, because we are getting more demand right now. Go to the FAQ and sample report section to see what it looks like. Give it a test whirl, see what the reports look like. Thank you very much to Laguna Staging. I really appreciate their sponsorship. They've been around for a long time, and they've been focusing on vacant homes. Their model is very conducive for these vacant homes, so they're suited for that contactless experience. They have great safety protocols that they're taking, and it's available in certain areas. Call them at 800-479-0776. That's 800-479-0776, lagunastaging.com. Come here really quick. I have Athena Rose. She hasn't been here. So you've seen all 5 of the kids that are here right now. And we have one that is graduating from Washington State. He will be done with his finals on Friday, and he's leaving on Monday to come this direction. We'll have to say hello to him probably at the end of next week because he'll be driving back. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. Go enjoy some vitamin D, all this wonderful sunshine, have a picnic, eat outside, listen to the birds, and have a family dinner. Do you have anything you want to say that's impactful?
Hope everybody's staying safe.
I hope everybody's staying safe too. Well, thank you, Athena, or as we also call you, what's her name?
Sunny.
Sunny. I was going to call her Summer. Sunny. Thank you, Sunny. Appreciate it. So I appreciate you guys staying tuned, and we will see you on Friday at 3 o'clock.